It means a brief period of ceasing activity or suspension of the activities. In sports, the original term comes from sport. Timeout means there is some activity, sports activity going on, and then there is a timeout, a break, where that sports or the game gets to an halt, and the players take a break. They rest, or they talk to their coach, or they do both. So they take a break from the game, everything stops for a few minutes, and they, as if, take stock what is happening, they take rest, and they get some new feedback or insights from the coach. And so it is a very useful habit to do this and take life itself. The game of life is there and it is going on all the time. But you take a time out, take a break, and step back. And actually, this is one of the basic aspects of spiritual intelligence, is creating this habit of taking a break, of a time out. And within the Brahma Kumaris institution, we call it traffic control. It is 5 times a day, and if you want to even more, you take 3-4 minutes time out, break. You stop all the activities and step back and as if see the bigger picture. Come back to what is really essential. And this is an extremely useful habit to have, because there is the tendency in our culture, world culture, is kind of promoting that within us to just go on and on and on and on and on. And when we get on and on, go on and on and on, we get sucked into things that we are busy with, things that are right in front of us. And we do not necessarily see the bigger picture anymore. We do not necessarily keep in mind what the whole aim was all about. Now, there is this image that is helpful for me. If there is an elephant and you just focus on one leg of the elephant and you're busy with this elephant leg, you forget that there is a whole big animal there, and you don't see the beauty and the functions and the abilities of the elephant if you just get focused on his leg and trying to fix something in the leg. But we need to also be able to step back and see the bigger picture of the elephant and to even appreciate the beauty of that animal. So in the same way with life also, this ability to step back, to take a break, to cease activities, to take stock, to connect back to essence, to see the bigger picture of life. And then you get on with what needs to be done. And there is a beautiful term that describes this ability. Now, it is involved detachment. You are involved, but also free. And this stepping back, taking time out, it is a right brain function. Now, left brain functions, we're getting into detail and details of details, and we're getting completely immersed in whatever it is we're doing. And that is fine in certain cases, but to be balanced, we also need to be able to step back and see the bigger picture. And so remember this for yourself, this term, and reflect on it. Involved detachment. involved but free. And a good example of this frame of mind, you could call it, is the frame of mind of a tourist. Now, a tourist goes visit a place and is very involved and explores and interacts and discovers and does things, but at the same way is able to hold the bigger picture and knows that this is just a momentary situation and will move on. And so he does not get sucked in a way that he gets completely trapped and forget that there is a next destination and a next destination and that this is not home. So this attitude of a tourist, involved but free, free to move on, free to deal with changes. And so take time out to cultivate this attitude of a tourist. In reality, the inner being, the true self, the being of consciousness is like a tourist in this body, a tourist in this world, and we can get involved in using, interacting, creating plans, doing things, fine, but never lose that bigger picture of the real self, and that things are temporary and changing, and that the journey will go on. And so take time out every day, several moments, to see that bigger picture, to come back to essence, to seize activities, to talk to the coach. Who is the coach? The Supreme Soul. Reconnect, even if it is just for a few minutes. Get into that awareness of the self being that spiritual, invisible presence, the soul, and that the eternal parent, the coach, the Supreme Soul, God, that is the eternal relationship. And if you take 3-4 minutes every now and then, say every 2 hours, or maybe even every hour, a minute, time out, step back. Realize that everything that we can see through the sense organs is changing, can change anytime, and that we are these invisible tourists, travelers, involved but stay free, involved but not trapped. And a mind that holds this awareness is much more healthy, doesn't get into anxieties and worries unnecessarily. A mind that is holding this awareness doesn't get easily trapped. So let's take a few minutes and practice this. Refocus your attention. And so for coming few minutes, let there be the aim to cease all activities for a moment, for a few moments. Just sit down quietly, let the body relax. Take a deep breath. And accept everything and everyone as it is. for just a few moments. We accept the weather, we accept the circumstances, we accept the body. Someone may walk in, walk out, some bell may ring. We just accept. It is as it is, and it is okay. So no need to worry, no need to complain or to criticize. This is what the drama of life is. And it is fine. Can't change it anyway. But while accepting all of this, also create this awareness that the one who is thinking, the one who is experiencing it all, is this invisible presence, the soul. We experience it. The real self is this spiritual being. And we use the image, we use the mind's eye to use the image of a tiny star. Immortal, imperishable, timeless. So, this is the tourist, the traveler. And this living light, the real self, use this body, play the part. But for now, taking time out, stepping back, creating that awareness. That I have come into this world into this body, sitting behind the eyes, so that at some stage this experience will end, and soul will go on. There will be new experiences, other experiences. And even the activities at this moment, in this today, they will all end. All the different experiences are just temporary, but the experience will travel on. So just take a moment to fully be aware of this. Everything is changing. Everything ends. What is constant is I, the soul. Innately peaceful. An invisible player of this game. But even when the game finishes, even when the ups and the downs of the game, the player is forever okay. And just hold in the mind for a minute this image of the tiny star, a living conscious being who belongs to the Supreme. That is the eternal seed. That is the foundation. And every now and then connect back to this. Take time out. Step back. Remind the self of this tourist state. One can be involved, but remain free. Because everything will change. And the soul will just go on to a next scene, a next experience, and a next context. And so as we come to the end of this time out, let us have the aim to hold this awareness. Tourist, involved but free. Thank you. Have a good day.